museum-based. We highlight different charities and other groups that make social impact, and we make sure that they get money and attention. Scott donates personally out of his own account, and then, we bring a lot of attention. And when you bring attention, people like to donate.
People like attention. What we do out there is we're working on getting all these recreational stores to let musicians come in and do meet and greets and possibly even perform light shows for the customers that want to come in and actually stay for a minute and see a band play. We're leaning on the fence to put sharing laws in public and smoking in public places, because right now it's a crime, just like it would be to crack open a bottle of liquor at ABC liquor store and start drinking out of the bottle. You just can't even smell the weed at a pot shop, let alone smoke it. We want to raise that taboo thing of it and let people smoke and watch a band play.
Right, I agree.
Ultimately, with cannabis, the end goal is complete normalization. We want to be at that level at a society where normalization gets rid of all the bad stigmas. But bringing musicians back to work in every place you hear a radio would be my personal dream.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people could really make money making music? We could have a culture-based society with just a small...
Go ahead.
Well, Chris was out here for a couple months. He's got some real good insight on this, too.
We've been early about an hour already, brother. We had to bring you in on this one.
You guys have been exhausted, my favorite politician there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that's gotta, it's gotta be done already. It's ridiculous that, as a country we're battling to get this when that's what we want ultimately. So.
Well, there's a lot of things that I'm familiar with in history. Like, even Ben Franklin said, we don't really want to... Man, I'm really stoned. I lost that one.
You're like hell, man.
I don't know if that's a good representation of what we're trying to get here. But
I need a dab, really.
That's what he thought about. But no, I mean, really, it's something that, like we were talking about. It's more that they think they make more money when it's criminalized than anything. But it'll change. I truly believe that.
I think it should be black market and decriminalized.
I agree.
Grow it your own and share it with your friends.
Yep, I hear
you.
With
your kids. And if your kid gets it, it's better than swallowing a blue pill.
Yeah, or it's better than a 9-year-old hitting the wine bottles.
Oh, gosh, the liquor bottles even. And then getting stupid out there and riding his bike or being in traffic or something.
I did that. I grew up a drunk.
That's funny, but...
Chris is on the rehab tour with YOSHI GISH, Cannabis Saves Lives tour. So, I mean, cannabis saving his life right now, man.
Amen.
Saves a lot of lives.
It's for real. I mean, we've been smoking weed for the past 3-4 years on the road. And I mean, we might have a drink every now and then. It takes the pain off our backs, but, a good drink every now and then is good. But, at a moderate level, of course,
Yep, and and a lot of people are doing a lot of good things based on cannabis. I won't say marijuana.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But, I mean, a lot of good things are happening. I mean, the causes you guys are working for and combining it with the music industry, it should flourish the way it's going. But, you got these dumbasses who think people are dying from it. I mean, you could be smoking crystal meth or bath salts and eating your neighbors and shit.
How do you think California is going to take with their recreational change, Jason?
I'm not sure how the market's going to change because of the amount of money that is going to get thrown around, and with the political waves that are going back and forth, I don't really want to get into a sessions discussion because that seems to be...
Yeah, like I said, a lot of that's a distraction right now for other things going on politically, I think, and it was easy to just say, this is what we're going to do to start an uproar, so it distracts from what's really going on as far as major issues, but that's my...
I agree with your point. I really do.
It's ridiculous that it's got to come to that, but they're the ones making it look bad when it's really it's harmless in numerous areas. I mean, medically, I mean, recreational, it's not hurting anybody.
You know what is hurting people? Prisons for profit. That hurts people.
Absolutely, privatization of prisons and shit like that. They need to put people in jail. They need those marijuana or cannabis offenders because they have numbers like any other business that has to perform. So
it's not just incarceration. You know, there's the cageless incarceration that our population suffers as well.
Yeah,
I'd agree. I agree with that. But I mean, as far as going legal across the whole country, it's time. I mean, there's only so much we could say about this at this point. We've probably hit on every topic we possibly could.
Did y'all cover PTSD real good? Because it really helps with PTSD.
Oh, the PTSD thing we were discussing. We did discuss PTSD. We were bringing up Five Finger Death Punch, a music video they did for Gone Away, and it had a soldier in there, but it didn't mention anything about marijuana. You know, it could have put like marijuana at the end of it. It's like, here, try marijuana. But they didn't do an ad campaign for that. Too many kids probably watch that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, people are still afraid to touch on the topic. Still, we're not afraid of it here, so we're not afraid of much.
Family friendly.
I got one for you.
What's that?
Have you played with the CBD beard cream yet, Jay?
What's that?
Have you played with the CBD beard cream yet?
No.
There's CBD beard cream.
You
Nice.
want me to send you a sample of that?
I would love it.
All right, I'll get you some samples out there. We'll swap information afterwards.
Oh, yeah,
cool,
Kat
cool.
Bonsack, she's got some beard cream, and her husband, he's like, I need some beard cream. She's like, I got you.
Hey, I gotta say, I mean, there's the medical here, and people swear by the topical creams and the pills and shit that it's helping them, you know, with inflammation and all sorts of issues. I mean, I've met so many people at the dispensary that say it's changed their lives, that they can actually access this stuff. So
CBD and THC is the only effective way for, I think, a medical, show of like something changing, something that's a benefit.
And
medical benefit. You have to have THC with the CBD. If you're just doing
Right.
CBD, it's kind of like taking an aspirin. But you got to have the THC in there. It's
Right.
kind of like taking an Excedrin. You're going to get that headache away pretty good. But it's not like caffeine in it. But
I got one more thing to touch on as far as why they don't want to legalize it, and that's because of all the good qualities it has and versus pharmaceutical sales.
Right.
So, you got your Vicodins, you got people that are doing all that shit too, and it's okay because they got a prescription for it. They can go to work and function normally. It's just got a bad stigma to it.
after you smoke so much and your THC levels get toleranced, you really benefit from the medical aspect of it. After a while, you're not getting stoned anymore, but you're smoking oil straight out. Straight oil, and it takes maybe 3 or 4 dab hits to get stoned anymore. But it really, your body's benefiting from the medical aspect of the CBD and the THC now, not just CBD. You have to have that THC, and you have to build up your tolerance so you're not stoned every day. So if you're on medical marijuana, guess what? You're not stoned every day. You're going to build up a tolerance, and you're going to have to smoke more or take more. You're going to build, and I think, in my theory, is terpenes will clear that oil residue that leaves in your body. It'll clear your sensors to get stoned again. So the stronger the terpenes, it works to get you higher, and also works in other benefits.
Yeah,
too.
and it enhances it. It gives out. Reading about it, they like to use it more for the flavoring, and what the guys doing are cutting it down.
Right. There's terp sauce.
So it seems like you're getting a good vape oil, but you're not. You're tasting those terpenes in there, so they're cutting it for. But if you find the right guy on the market, you're gonna get some solid goods.
Oh yeah.
But I definitely dig what you guys are doing. I appreciate the time you're taking to go around and discuss it. If there was more people doing shows about it, I mean, we didn't really mean for it to turn into a whole
cannabis conversation.
but that's what it is, and you're part of a company that's innovative right now, and where where else could we go? I mean, we have to talk about it. You got to talk about your sponsors, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, as Jason said before I left the state, he's like, you're going out there as not just a touring musician, but an ambassador, as a person out there to talk about what's going on in the world. You know, you're going to change people's minds or make them up one way or the other.
Yeah, you have that opportunity to educate someone who might not really know the truth about it, who believes what they see on Facebook or Fox News site and shit like that, you know, that it kills people. People don't know the truth, and people like us have to get it out there so they know. I mean, a lot of people are against it. Right. If I didn't smoke it, I would still, you know, I'm on the fence with everything. I listen to both sides of everything. I'm not one of those guys who just shut it out because I don't agree with it. If you have an opinion, but that's, you know, that's what we struggle with in this country, is everybody thinks they're right and everybody's a know-it-all and everybody's a Facebook doctor and has a PhD in Facebook comments and shit. Meanwhile, it's some fat bitch eating some fucking whole turkey down to the bone, telling you how life is.
Comments.
Yeah, that's it, Rock.
It's a skill. It's a fucking skill.
Insult people.
Absolutely.
But I mean, that's really what it is. It's a lot of misinformation, and you know, that's, you know, rock metal talk. This is the talk part of it. It's, you know, this, we talk about current issues and what's going on. So I mean, people have to be educated on this. It's not what people think it is. People aren't getting fucking stoned. They're going and robbing their neighbor's house for their jewelry and shit. That's true. These stories you hear, those people are smoking crystal meth. It may lead into that because, yeah, that person might be going on the black. And that's the only reason why it probably shouldn't be on the black market, is that people are going to go buy it and they're going to be like, hey, man, I have some cocaine. You want to try it? That, you know. That's the only downside to that, but I mean,
the only thing I could see dabs cut with is earwax. I mean, if you get one of those ear candle things to get your earwax out, you put it out there as a good practical joke. I mean,
that's fun.
Watch out. That shit happens, man.
That's the bands with this stuff. There you go.
We lived in a house with 6 guys up there in a 6-bedroom mansion, a 3-story mansion, and that's just the jokes that people get played. That didn't happen to me, thank God. But these are the types of jokes that could happen out there, so you just got to watch out. You know, don't get your dabs cut with earwax.
That's funny. I just read a story about this 80-something-year-old guy who's homeless in, like, Iraq. This guy hasn't bathed in 60 years, and he smokes a combination of, like, something that's grown out there and dried up fucking animal feces, and he's like, it's the greatest shit you could ever smoke. I'm like, what?
Wow.
He's actually smoking it. You could probably Google it. I just read it like 2 days ago. But, I mean, that I got an issue with. This guy smoking cow shit. But but in a sense,
oh, hey, Jason.
Sorry.
Anybody likes mushrooms? Cow shit.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, we probably eat it all the time. So what the hell's the difference? But this guy's still living. I mean, you would expect the guy doesn't shower in 60 years. I mean, you could tell he didn't shower. This shit was for real, but...
Well, ask Jason how often I showered when I got stoned out there.
I know how much.
Radio show
That's
after
funny.
the shower.
But yeah, we're running way off track here on time. So I appreciate you taking the time, Jason, to give us a call and talk with us on the air. We're gonna do it again. If you want to set something up, you know, and have something a little more planned, then we can get, you know, the discussion out there further. We'll definitely set that up.
Yeah, we'll get into that, Jay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we just wanted to get you on. Somehow you came up, and I said, one of the guys sent me a message so you guys can talk on the air about this, so we figured we'd get you on the air real quick. But I appreciate you taking the time to call in, and Yoshi, I appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I got to play a couple of more tracks here and then move into the Prickly Rickley segment. And Cats and Yama's back on the show. He took a few months off, and he's back with his...
I'm Prickly Rick!
Prickly Ricky. I'm Prickly Rickley.
I'm Prickly Rickley! That doesn't have the same ring to it. I'm Prickly Rickley!
It don't, but it's still funny. He got his name because of Cats and Yama talking about him on the air. He used to be Picky Ricky because he did the independent picks. And this guy's like,
And Piggy
Oh,
Rick!
Prickly Rickley's coming on that, so it just stuck. So we just named them Prickly Rickley. It's just easier that way. But again, Jason, thanks. He hung up, so he's out. And thanks for coming in, Yoshi. Appreciate you guys stopping in. It's great to see.